Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Thank you very much for being a time traveler. This is your exclusive super full moon in Cancer message. As always, keep in mind, it is a collective general reading, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, it's okay. Just means it's meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. And be sure to check out your other placements. With all of that said, let's begin. Okay. For Sagittarius, you have horned cactus, resourcefulness, card number 29. Full moon in Aquarius, be real. We have a full moon in Leo occurring in Aquarius season next month. Okay? And then you have full moon, forgiveness. All right, tell me more about this here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know about horned cactus, resourcefulness, card number 29, full moon in Aquarius, be real, and full moon, forgiveness? What does Sagittarius need to know about this at this time? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do you need to know, my love? 5 of Pentacles, the World, the 10 of Wands, the Hierophant, the Ace of Wands, and the 8 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have 4 of Cups, 2 of Cups, and 8 of Pentacles. All right, let's begin to clarify. 5 of Pentacles. Why is the 5 of Pentacles here for Sagittarius? And why is this clarifying the horned cactus? Resourcefulness. I mean, if I'm just going by the intuitive hit that I'm getting and kind of ignoring the cards on the table, I feel like you were in a connection with someone that as much as you love them, I don't know who this person is to you, friend, family member, or lover, I'm going to lean on love, but I feel like you're feeling here with this person. And I bought a book once, years ago, in regards to my connection with my mother, and it was called How to Love a Cactus. And that's what I think this was like. I think loving this person was like loving a cactus. You try to water it, you try to nourish it, but it's you know, not the plant that you can get too close to. I feel like it was prickly and it was abrasive. And whoever this was, they didn't let you very close to them. And so in that respect, I think you had to be very resourceful. I think this was a connection in your life, whether it's a spiritual connection you have with another individual, or maybe for some of you, this is someone that you were married to, or maybe that's what you wanted with them. But with that 5 of Pentacles to the resourcefulness card, it's like you had to take care of you in that relationship. It was almost like existing in the connection made you feel alone. And that's some of the worst type of loneliness. So I think you had to be very resourceful in replenishing your own cups. I think this person was hard to love. That's what it looks like here. And I think you have walked away, or you're closing it out by Aquarius season. It'll be different for all of you. All right, tell me about that 5 of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. I just want to say there's someone new on your path. You don't have to move towards them if you don't want to. But you do have someone new on your path. So we're definitely going to look into this. But the 5 of Pentacles for this person. 3 of Swords. Page of Swords. And the 6 of Wands. Bottom of that Queen of Cups. I think whoever this was or this is in your life, I think you have or had a lot of love for them. I think you continually try to find ways. That Page of Swords, that's like a card of inquiry. Right? It's like I'm always trying to find new ways on how to spice this up, on how to love this person, on how to approach them, because the overall end goal here was I want victory in this connection. I love this person. I don't want them to go anywhere. I don't want the connection to dissipate. So I feel like you were always looking for different ways or different angles to connect, stay connected, reconnect. It just became more and more emotionally depleting for you to do that. Hierophant. Tell me about the Hierophant here. I think for some of you, you believed or believe, again, I don't know exactly where you are on the timeline, that this person was maybe like a spiritual counterpart to you, or you felt very deep spiritual connection. Or like I said, for some of you, you were married to this person. Now, the Hierophant is the energy of someone, could be a little stubborn, low vibrational Taurus energy there. Could be, I'm very fixed, right? I'm fixed earth energy, and I'm not giving up on this connection. So whether you have exited it or you are in the process of exiting it, I think you stayed longer than you should have. So I don't think you can blame yourself for the ending. Don't come at me in the comments, cross watchers. I always say my readings are not cross watcher friendly because I tell it like it is. I think you dug your heels in and you were like, nope, this is my person. This is my mother. This is my, you know what I mean? This is my brother. Like, no, I'm not giving up on them. And I think it's because you felt this spiritual bond to them, regardless of who they are. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Hierophant is clarified by the King of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Celestial Weaver. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. Yeah, I think you were constantly trying to figure out how to make this work. I don't think you wanted to give up on this person. I think there was a tremendous amount of loss to you as you moved on from this person, or some of you are currently moving on. This was the Celestial Weavers. You were trying to look at, especially with that Page of Swords, like you're looking for ways to weave this person into your life, to weave this connection together. Like, you know, any it's like spit and polish until it shines, right? I want this to be right. I want this to be successful. But I think it grew increasingly difficult for you. And I think this person was not very emotionally expressive to you. Doesn't mean that they didn't care about you or love you deeply, but they were a horned cactus. I don't think this person ever fully let you in. And that's probably a them issue, not a you issue. So full moon Aquarius, be real. We have the World and we have the Ace of Wands. I think you need to be real here. If this has closed out, there's something here of really accepting that it was over and like fully cutting the cord with this person with that full moon in Aquarius. And I'm talking for those of you where this is, you're not talking to this person anymore. You ended things with them probably in 2025. You're ready for a passionate new beginning. You're ready for a new soulmate. You know, you're ready to move towards your ninth cup here. I think for some of you, you could do a cord cutting in Aquarius. That probably would be beneficial to like officially close it out. There's also something here of acknowledging that being in that relationship wasn't a mistake. You know, there's something here of like understanding, because the World card talks about completion, but it's a completion because lessons were learned. This person had to learn from you, believe it or not, and you had to learn from them. So there's something here about acknowledging, regardless how that connection played out, it was meant to play out that way. And now that you're armed with all of these new relational skills and you have all this newfound knowledge, it's time to like be real with yourself and be like, okay, that did have to close out, and whatever resentment I have, I'm going to let that go. So in full moon energy, which talks about releasing, and I'll put a link for you below, and you could do it now. We're still in the energy of the full moon in Cancer. We will be for quite some time because it is a super full moon. But if you need some time to wait on that, that's okay. You can do it in the full moon in Leo, like I said, that we're having in Aquarius season. But there is something here about, even if you don't want to go back to the person, there's still a need here to acknowledge the lessons, but to also let go of the resentment. And we can, in full moons, release resentment or release anger or disdain, or, you know, that we have for someone. Because I think whoever this was, you tried with all your might. For others of you, it'll be Aquarius season when you're real with yourself and you decide that you do officially need to close this out. Again, I feel like you're all on different parts of the timeline, but the trajectory is the same, which is a new soulmate here on path. Tell me about the World card here for Sagittarius. Tell me about the World card. Tell me about the World card. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The World card is clarified by the Page of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Seven of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. So for some of you, you harbor, sorry, I'm going to get comfortable here for a little bit. If you, like I said, you've already closed this out, you're still harboring in the energy of the moon, like deep within you emotionally, some type of resentment about how it ended, why it ended, what they did to you, whatever betrayal or trauma you were subjected to. So yeah, if you have already closed this out, you could very well do this in that super full moon in Cancer energy that we're still in. Or if you want, you could do it with the full moon in Leo that we are having, I was going to say in the world. Yes, that we're having in the world, but in Aquarius season. For some of you, that's what it is. For others of you, if you're still in this come Aquarius season, you need to be real with yourself. The Page of Pentacles is looking at the real. They're looking at something tangible. They're looking at the facts. They're not listening to what this person is saying. They're not being ruled by their emotions. They're looking at the tangible fact. And if you look at the tangible fact outside of your emotions, the truth here is that this person is betraying you on some level. And there's something here about getting really real with that, as difficult as it may be, and closing it out. Ace of Wands. You're all on path now for the Ace of Wands. Tell me about the Ace of Wands here. Again, when you achieve it will be different because everyone's healing journey is different. But there is a creative, passionate, new beginning here in store for you. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Ace of Wands is clarified by the King of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Death card. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands. I think as soon as you officially close this out, you have a new person here. Whether that is you need to let go of the resentment and the anger and the bitterness. Virgo had a similar reading, not for this set of readings, but one of the collective readings that I did for all of the subscribers. It was something about them needing to let go of resentment. So for some of you, that's what it is. It's like the moment you fully can forgive, full moon, again, full moon, when we release resentment, it means we forgive. So I don't know if I've ever explained it in any of the Sagittarius readings that I've done. But when I do a full moon release ritual, and again, I'll post a link below. It's free. But just to give you an idea how I do it, if I'm releasing a person or even releasing resentment or anger or frustration or hurt, whatever that I have, I write a letter to the individual. It's not a letter that I intend to mail. It's a letter for like my eyes only. And the letters you could do by hand or you could type them out. I do recommend that you print them because that is very important during your full moon ritual. At least it is beneficial to me. So I write it out. So in this case, for those of you where you need to like, you don't need to do anything, but you really want to move on. You want to meet someone new. You don't want to carry that baggage, emotional weight with you. There is something here about like, I would pen a letter to the person, and I've done this before, and I've listed every grievance in that letter and how I felt and what it felt like the day I walked in and like caught him with someone else. And it was like a 7-page letter, and I print it out. And now when I do my rituals, I do them up here, but years ago I didn't live in this house when I had to do it. But anyway, when I write out these letters, and every full moon I release something. I'll release maybe jealousy. Maybe I am jealous of someone and I want to release that. Maybe I need to release resentment or anger or sadness or an actual person. But anyway, I write the letter expressing all of my emotions, how they made me feel, even how I wish things were different. And I end almost every letter with forgiveness. That I am consciously aware that as much as this hurts or as much as they hurt me, that if I look at this from a spiritual perspective, then I have to fully recognize that I had a soul contract to learn that lesson from them. And if I keep it in that context, I can easily forgive them because they completed their mission in my life, which was to teach me a lesson. And so I find forgiveness a lot easier when I look at it, instead of saying, you wronged me and you cheated on me, I can look at it and say, you taught me. You taught me self-worth. You taught me not to ignore the red flags. You taught me to speak up. And so I can forgive you for what you did because I'm looking at you like a teacher. And so I thank you and I wish you well on your journey. So that's typically how I end the letters. I read them, like I said, now that I've moved into this house 5 or so years ago, I do them up here. I use a big ass stainless steel bowl. Okay. If you don't have that, I would use a sink. Make sure your sink is stainless steel and there's nothing in it. But I read that out loud. I allow all the emotions that have to come out to come out. I make sure I have nothing scheduled after a full moon release ritual because my nervous system is shot. I don't read. I probably don't even watch TV. I usually just end up laying on the couch up here and kind of veg out. If the TV's on, I'm not even like consciously paying attention to it. So I don't have anything, I don't book anything or afterwards. Like I make sure I eat beforehand. Like I do nothing afterwards because it is emotionally draining because it takes so much out of you. You're reading this out loud as if you're sending it to the person. I light the corner of the paper on fire. Obviously the stainless steel bowl is filled with water. I only let the corner burn. This is symbolic in nature. Don't burn your house down. You don't have to burn the whole letter. I just let the corner kind of catch and then I drop it into the bowl and I make sure it's fully immersed and it's done. And I say, I release you. I forgive you and I release you. And I thank you. I thank you for the lessons. And again, if you want to do this in your sink, Make sure you don't have any like dishes around, washcloths, stuff like that. You don't want anything to catch on fire. Make sure the water is running on the tap as you do it. So you're very quick to immerse the entire paper in the water. Or you could fill your stainless sink up with water if you wanted to do that as well. So whether you are releasing this person, like cutting the cord, and I'll put a link for the cord cutting also, or you just want to release the resentment, I would utilize the energy of the full moon to do that. Once you do that, and you're now energetically severing the cord between you and this person, you have forgiven them, you've released the anger and the aggression, yes, you do have someone new come in. They very well could be a water sign. They don't have to be. They could be a Scorpio. This is a connection that has the potential to really go the distance. It does require you to officially close this out energetically, spiritually, physically. Excuse me. Okay. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is not easy. This is being clarified by the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. It's not easy. And so if you don't feel ready at this time, it's okay. Then this message just says you can try it at the next full moon, or the full moon after that, or the full moon after that. I think your message here is you do need to forgive and let go of the resentment, so you're not carrying that emotional weight into this new connection, because I don't think that would be very healthy for the new connection. But there is a new connection here. And it's not the past person. If you're looking for reconciliation, it's not your reading. I'm sorry. This is fully closing this out and then having a new person come into your life. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, this is, again, forgiveness isn't easy. But once you speak it, it's like you're speaking it into power, that new opportunity can come in. The Ace of Pentacles can come in. It's a solid, structured relationship. You have the 10 of Pentacles here. So the Ace is the potential to get to the 10. Yeah, so it's not easy. Like we're going from the 10 of Wands here to the Ace of Wands. It's not easy to do that. So again, if you don't feel ready to do that, don't do it. This is just telling you when you are ready. And that means, when we cut cords on people, that means we don't look at tarot readings to see what they're up to or if they're missing us. We don't think about them. We don't long for them. So again, if you're not ready, don't force yourself to do this. You can just do it in the energy of any of the full moons. We'll have 11 more this year, so don't feel panicked like you have to do it right now. But yeah, the moment you do that, you have that breakthrough moment, the new opportunity comes in. The letting go, though, does come with forgiveness. You have the 9 of Pentacles here. Really, truly becoming single, free, and independent of that entity. Tell me about the 8 of Cups here. This is like full emotional disengagement. I'm not going to check tarot. I'm not going to pay a tarot reader to tell me about them. I'm not driving by their house. I'm not looking at my phone waiting for the text. This is full emotional and physical separation. One more shuffle here. Thank you. And the 8 of Cups, we walk towards what we hope to be, will be the 9 of Cups. You have the Devil. You have the 4 of Pentacles. And you have the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Pentacles again. So it's not going to be easy, because some of you have really been holding on to hope that this person would change, or they would come back around again, or even that they would give you closure. Like some of you don't want them back, but you just want them to be accountable for what they did. They're not there. It doesn't mean they'll never be there, but right now they're not there. I also don't think their intended purpose in your life was that. Their intended purpose in your life was to unfortunately put you through 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 3 plus 7 is 10 swords. That was their intended purpose. So I would, with that World card, look at and say, what was I supposed to learn from this person? Self-worth, self-value, speaking up for myself, not making myself small, not ignoring the red flags. I would look at it like a lesson. Like, you took a semester course here that was really effing difficult. But what did you learn from it? Even though the professor was a real jerk. It's possible for some of you, if we look at soul contracts, you had something to learn from them and they had something to learn from you. Maybe what they had to learn from you is accountability. I just don't think they're there yet. So whomever it is here that you're walking away from, you are walking towards an Ace of Cups. The Knight holds the Ace of Cups. So it's like once you release control of this person, I think they've got a lot of work to do. Then we walk towards the ninth cup, and that's who that knight is holding. And that's who this person is holding. This king of cups or queen of cups, I don't know any body parts, they're holding the ace of cups. So I hope I was able to give you some clarity on why this connection ended, how you can fully disengage from it, why forgiveness plays a key role in this. And then let's now look at this new connection that's coming into your life, because you have the Four of Cups, you have the Two of Cups, and you have the Eight of Pentacles. This almost feels like when you are not looking for love, you're not looking for love and you're focused on other things, maybe your work, saving money, learning something new, that's when this person comes into your life. So this would be like, I'm healed and I've let this person go and I'm on some dating apps, but I don't check them regularly. I'm not going out on a date every Friday night. It's just kind of like, if I meet someone, I meet someone. And there's something here like while you're doing something, that's when you meet this person. So let's learn a little bit about this person. Four of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. Also, I don't know whose reading it was. Maybe it was Scorpio's reading. Don't be surprised that when you fully level up and you fully disengage and you move on to this new person, this individual may come back around again. You might have a secondary class. You might have summer school with this person. And that might be just a test to see how far you've come. You know, are you going to let go of a king or queen of cups to go back to a king of swords who's clarified by the Seven of Swords and the devil? Highly manipulative, gaslighting, narcissistic, for lack of a better term, energy. So they might come back around again as a lesson, like a test. Yeah, it's like summer school. Okay, tell me about the Two of Cups here. Tell me about this King of Cups, Queen of Cups, this new energy. Again, it could be a female. It's just the kings are the top tier. So now when they take action, when this person takes action to open up their heart, open up their heart chakra, give and receive love, they're doing it from a very emotionally balanced place. Kings and the King of Cups particularly, if you want someone who's going to tell you they love you 100 times a day, that's not King of Cups energy or Queen of Cups. I always see them in tarot as like acts of service. They know how you like your coffee or tea. That's how they make it for you. They know you smoke a particular cigar. You have some celebration or accomplishment at work, no matter how great or small, they come home with the cigar or flowers. Like you don't even have to tell them. They are an act of service. Hey, hun, are you hungry? Yeah, okay, let me order a pizza. Let me get Chinese. Do you want me, I'll make pasta. They're doers. They're doers. They love deeply, and so they care deeply for their partners. Tell me about this Two of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Page of Cups, we have the Celestial Weaver, and we have the Hangman. Bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor now, or Empress. This is someone who, not to down talk this other person who has left your life or is leaving your life, this is the real deal. This is someone who has their shit together. For most of you, it's going to be a water sign. I mean, Emperor's on the table. It could be any sign because the Emperor embodies the best qualities of all four kings. You have the Emperor, you have the Six of Wands, and you have the Moon. You don't see this person coming. You've got page to page here. This is small communication. This is a pursuer, by the way. Whether you are masculine or feminine, this is someone who will be pursuing you, asking you out on a date, asking you for your number, standing in line next to you and telling you, you smell great. What are you wearing? I really like that sweater, or, whatever. Where did you get it from? This is an initiator. This is someone who's going to initiate based on their emotions. Again, we've got water energy there in that Moon card. Based on their emotions, their attraction towards you, or how they instinctually feel about you, or the connection they feel between you and them. Because again, King and Queen of Cups are the most intuitive king and queen in tarot. Based upon that, this is a pursuer. Absolutely. Okay, tell me more about this person. I feel like this is while you're weaving your life together. Love is kind of on pause. You're focused on other things. Again, I don't think that you never want a love partner again. I just think you're focused on something else here. And this is when you meet this person. Okay. Tell me more about this person. What else do we need to know about this person? I notice in the Hangman, it's like this person is looking down, and then there's like a bird that comes. Birds are messengers. So we had the Page of Cups, we had the Page of Swords. Like, again, the Eight of Pentacles, you're looking down, working on something. The Four of Cups here, you're looking down, looking at something. The Hangman, you're looking down. This could even be like, I don't know if people go to libraries anymore, but this could be like you're sitting on the beach reading a book, and this person approaches you. Or you're in a library reading a book. Maybe you're shopping and you're pushing your shopping cart, looking down at your food shopping list. I just see you preoccupied when this person enters frame, enters the frame, enters the chat, if you will. 3 cards on this person. One more shuffle. Thank you. And then we'll get you timing. You have the Sun, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and you have the Page of Pentacles. Again, Page, start small. This is an initiator. And this is Two of Swords. That is astrologically the moon in Libra. Again, when you don't see it, this is someone who's balanced. In my Moonology deck, I have several of them, but in one of them, the Two of Swords says a win-win outcome is forecasted. Another one, it says a new romantic cycle begins. So you have a new romantic cycle here beginning, one that is fair and balanced. This person is single. Nine of Pentacles right off the bat. They're not married. They're not partnered with anyone else. They could be divorced, but they're not tethered to anyone. For some of you, they have a kid, possibly 2. Boy and a girl. Yeah, even the Sun card, very much like a parental figure, father figure here, but there's a little child here. So yeah, for some of you, this is a single parent, but single. Single is the key word. Single and ready to mingle, and quite the initiator. A new romantic cycle begins here for you. Let's get you some timing. I like this person. This has the potential to go to the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, which is interesting because the Page of Cups holds the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups has a potential to get to the 10 of Cups. Then you got the Page of Pentacles, which holds the Ace of Pentacles and has the potential to get to the 10 of Pentacles. And you have the Sun card, which is both. That's why it's the best and happiest card in the deck. This is not hugging a horned cactus. Oh, and the horned cactus, I just realized it. It's got devil horns on it, and that person pulled up as the devil card. Yeah, this is not the horned cactus. This is not the horned cactus. All right, let's get timing. Not every card in tarot's timing, but from when, I was going to say Aquarius. Maybe some of you are leaving an Aquarius or you're leaving an air sign. That's quite possible. But Sagittarius, when you fully forgive, you understand the lessons. You're ready to let that person go, not checking up on them anymore, not waiting for them. You've cut the cord. You've forgiven them. You're ready to move on. When the Sagittarius meet this person, again, not every card in tarot's timing, but if we need to get into the other timing deck, we can. I've got several up there. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Knight of Pentacles within 1 year of letting this person go. Little hands, little arms. All right, I've not used this timing deck in a long, long time. It's called the Divine Time Oracle deck. I think I got it on Amazon. I don't know why. I usually use my little blue deck. It's called the Wen deck, and I got that on Amazon also. But I don't know why this was calling out to me. I got like 4 other timing decks there, but no, this one was calling out to me. So within the year of letting this person go. So if you let that person go in 2025, you do the forgiveness ritual in that full moon energy and you let them go. By the end of this year, you're meeting this person. Sorry, Sagittarius, I just had a coughing fit. So let's try this again. And remember, in order to meet this person, you need to put yourself out there and be vulnerable. If you're staying in your house with the doors and windows locked, you're not meeting this person. But this could be like food shopping and you bump carts or something like that, or they approach you. I do think that you have to be energetically open now. One more shuffle here. Thank you. When are you meeting this new person? You have next new moon. 2 cards here. It's going to take a while. And then you have tomorrow. Bottom of the deck, you have ignore it and never ignore it. Do not ignore this person. You have special day here. So it's going to take a while. And I think it's going to take a while because it's within like like within the next year, because this is also clarifying that Knight of Pentacles. So within the next year, it's interesting. I feel like you need to do a super full moon cleanse. I think that's needed. And then in the next new moon, I would call in the new person. It's going to take a while for them to come in, but I would call them in. Don't ignore this person when they come in. You have special day and you have just around the corner. I wouldn't ignore this. I wouldn't ignore this message either. So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. Next new moon, call in this person. Tomorrow, do a full moon ritual to release this current person or forgive them. And yeah, it's going to take a while. So call in that next new person, because within the next 12 months, they're coming into your life on a special day. It's going to, just around the corner. You know what that just reminded me of? What is that Christmas movie? Little Shop Around the Corner? Little Shop Around the Corner. Is that what it's called? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. So for some of you, you're meeting this person in winter season, regardless of where you live in the world. So yeah, for some of you, it could very well be this winter season, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. If not, if you're not letting go of this person for a couple of months, it will be the next winter season to come on a special day, perhaps at a shop just around the corner. That is what I have for you, Sagittarius. That is your super full moon in Cancer message. Forgive, release, accept the lessons here, understand them, and then call in the new person. It's going to take a little bit for them to get there, but they will arrive. That is what I have for you. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.